Hello, everybody. Rebecca here. I hope you all are doing well today. Whoops. Today is 10/25/2025. Time is 2:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have you all looking at EMSE, and we're looking at the earthquakes that have occurred today. So we have had a 5.3 in the Beaufort Sea, which is above Canada. We've had a 5.1 in Vanuatu, which was 221 kilometers deep. A 5.0 off the Adrianoff Islands, Aleutian Islands, which was a 5.0. A 5.5 Kuril Islands, which was 70 kilometers deep. A 5.2 East Russia, Northeast China border region, which was 560 kilometers deep. Can we say there's going to be an earthquake storm? A 5.4 Southeast Indian Ridge, and it was 10 kilometers deep, and a 5.2 off the coast of Aysén, Chile, which was 10 kilometers deep. So I have put these into Google Earth, and let's go take a look at these. So this is a 5.3 Beaufort Sea. This is the Beaufort Sea up here above Canada. So as we're looking, this is Canada here, and this is where we are having this earthquake at in the Beaufort Sea. The next earthquake was a 5.1 in Vanuatu. This one was 221 kilometers deep. This is near Ambae volcano. So we can see this is Ambae right here. This is Vanuatu here and Port Orly. So if we're looking in this area here, that's Goa volcano. And this here is the Pacific Australian convergent boundary. So we're looking at the next earthquake was a 5.0, Adrianoff Islands, Aleutian Islands. This one was coming in at 53 kilometers deep. This here is also the moves at 72 millimeters per year. And it is the North American Pacific convergent boundary. As we are looking, this is Adak Island here and Moffat volcano, and this is Great Sitkin. So, of course, Great Sitkin has had some eruptions here in the past. Our next earthquake was a 5.5 Kuril Islands. It was 70 kilometers deep. And we're looking over here. We can also see that there are also other volcanoes over here in this area. This is the Karpinski group. And this is a Beko volcano right here. Also looking here, this is the North American Pacific convergent boundary. The next earthquake, which was a 5.2, came in as the deepest earthquake. 560 kilometers deep on land. This is actually not a normal area where I expect to see an earthquake. And this is the Leopard Land National Park here. So let's see if we can get in here and look at this earthquake here and see what we have here. Looks mountainous. This is Russia border right here. So this is our Russia border with the China border. Let's hope there's not anything exploding over here. Just kidding. Okay, so that's the China-Russia border right here where they're having this earthquake. And it was a 5.2. So I'm looking to see something else here. Hang on. So we can look down here and see this is a divergent boundary over in this area here. The next earthquake was a 5.4 Southeast Indian Ridge. And we can see that this area moves. This area moves 68 millimeters per year. And this side moves at 68 millimeters per year. So they're pulling apart here. And this is the Australian Antarctic divergent boundary. Our next earthquake was a 5.2 off the coast of Aysén, Chile. We can see this is Chile here. That's the Maca volcano, K volcano, Mullion volcano. Then we have the Antarctica, South American convergent boundary. And this is the Antarctic Nazca transform boundary. And the Antarctic Nazca divergent boundary here. So this earthquake over here was a 5.2 off the coast of Chile. Now I'm still watching down here because when we have activity here, we normally see activity over within this area here. So we're probably going to see something around Argentina going into the South Sandwich Islands. So, next we're going to take a look at our interactive map. And we're going to see that we've had some earthquakes here on the East Coast. So this one here, if I can get my mouse to cooperate with me, was on the 22nd. It was 12 kilometers north of Putneyville, New York. This one here was a 2.2. Now we're looking down here at North Carolina. And yes, North Carolina has been having some earthquakes here lately. We have had on the 24th, which was yesterday, a 2.1. And it was 3 kilometers northwest of Marion, North Carolina. Then we also had a 2.0, and this one was 3 kilometers northwest of Marion, North Carolina. So let's take a look at just one of these. I want to put it into our Google Earth here and go look and see what's in that area. Wouldn't surprise me to take a look here, see what we have in this area here. So this is River Breeze Campground and Park. This is Catawba River Outdoors. So we have a river running through here. We have a Comfort Inn here. We have Chow Time Pizza. Let's see here what we can see from the ground. Okay, so I'm going to go down this road right here just because. You can see, ooh, we got a nice house up there. And this is blocked off. So let's see here. What's that say? Can we read the sign? Catawba Bungalow Drive. No parking. Unauthorized vehicles will be towed at owner's expense. Not sure what is back here, but there is something back there. And then, of course, we have the river going through here. So I'm not sure what that is. Looking around to see what could be causing the earthquake, and it may just be natural land movement. Unless, what we have here. Houses. Not seeing anything within this area. But it is kind of a mountainous area, so anyway, that is where this earthquake has occurred. Let me turn this back around here. Okay, so we're having earthquakes over here. I will say that I've been feeling like we've been having miniature quakes here lately. So, yeah, this doesn't surprise me. All right, so back to our interactive map here. So that was 2 for North Carolina here. Then we have also seen some over here in Tennessee. So we have had a 2.1 on October 23rd, 2025. And on the 25th, today, we had a 1.7. That was 5 kilometers southwest of Maryville, Tennessee. So those are our earthquakes that are occurring on the East Coast. And what's funny is, well, here's the big one that occurred today, the 5.3 in the Beaufort Sea. So let's take a look at our Canada map here. This is in our Canada for our earthquakes for today. And you can see they have listed it as a 5.1, 249 kilometers north of Tuktoyaktuk. I believe that's Nunavut, the NT. And this is the Arctic Ocean up here. So here we can see the 5.1. And then, of course, for the 24th, there was a 3.4 known mining-induced earthquake. And let's go take a peek at the mining earthquake that occurred. So we get this into our Google Earth over here. And we'll go take a look at this mining earthquake. Oh, yuck. Okay, yep, definitely mining. This is a pretty big mine. Copper Cliff, Little Italy. Dog Patch. What a name for a place. Dog Patch. But yep, this is a mining operation. Huh. This is Gertrude Mine. I don't know what Gertrude Mine does, but that's Gertrude Mine. And then you also have Vale. Let me see if I can pull it up again. You have Creighton Number 9 Mine and Vale Inco Mine. So I'm not sure. That's shaft number 9. So probably if there's shafts, they're in the ground. So the other one was a 3.3, which occurred, and then there was a 1.5 also. So those are the earthquakes that have happened in between the United States, worldwide, and the only ones that we talk about are the big earthquakes over here, and then we also talk about Canada. So let's take a look at Windy. Now, this is where our newest hurricane is. We're going to show you the information for it because I don't have the full use for Windy right now. So we'll go on weather.gov and we'll go over here and we'll show you this is where Melissa is. Melissa right now has 75-mile-an-hour winds, and it has a minimum pressure of 980 millibars, and it is moving at 1 mile per hour. Now, what it has done is pretty much sat over here and not done anything. So it's just been affecting these areas here. And we'll go over here on Windy and see it's been affecting Kingston. And we'll show that it is actually going to start moving up through here and then off. So this is about to go back out into the Atlantic. It is going to take several days for it to actually clear between Cuba and the Dominican Republic. And I am hearing that there is already evacuations going on. Also, on the West Coast, and if we are looking at the West Coast, there is severe storm warnings on the West Coast of the United States. There's damaging wind gust risks on Saturday. Showers and storms could produce 50 to 65 mile per hour winds in Oregon. There is a low tornado and waterspout risk as well. Now remember, waterspouts are in the ocean, okay? Tornadoes are on land. So, you're not looking for waterspouts on land, you're looking for tornadoes on land. However, the fact is there is a low-end damaging wind gust risk Saturday across most of Oregon, southern Washington, and west central Idaho. So please be prepared. Now, as we can see, Melissa has cleared out here as of the 30th, and it is going out into the Atlantic. And this is where we go into future casting. Okay, so there we go with that one. Anyways, you guys, I hope y'all are doing well. Let's take a look here. There was also a 3.1. We'll look at what's gone on in California today, because there was a 3.1 in California. There's also been a 4.0 in the Gulf of California. That 4.0 in the Gulf of California is going to translate to a 4.0 in California. So be prepared for that one. There was a 4.0 right here, 4.1 down here, and there was a 3.0 here and a 3.1 here. There's been several threes in the last few days going through California. So be prepared, don't be scared, have a plan. All right, you guys. So this is what I got for you for today. Today, for the 25th, there has been a 2.4 Northern California, a 2.5 Southern California, a 2.2 Southern California, a 3.0 Central California, a 2.4 Northern California, a 3.1 Northern California, a 4.0 in the Gulf of California, and a 2.0 Greater Los Angeles area, California. All right, that fills in our earthquakes for today. I hope you all are doing well. I decided to jump on. It is Saturday, not a normal day for me to be doing updates. However, I have not been live or doing any updates in the last few days because, I am getting over being sick. However, today I am feeling much better. I appreciate all of y'all for the kind comments that you've sent my way, the well wishes that you have sent. I appreciate everybody who has helped me out with my car. I am actually right now $136 away from having it paid off. So I appreciate everybody who has been there for me, everybody who has sent me cards lately. I've gotten a card from somebody really, really sweet. And I got a card from somebody else that was really, really sweet. And I appreciate the people that have been there for me. Anyways, you guys, I will get back to doing videos and live streams. I think I'm going to be doing 2 updates per week unless there's something big that happens. Please check back in. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like. And make sure you share the video. Oh, and if you subscribe, only hit it once. Don't hit it twice or you unsubscribe. All right, you guys. I love you. Please remember to tell someone you love them. Tomorrow's never promised. Make each day an adventure. Much love.